Good morning, my fellow garden tools. It is the beginning of the next garden diaries, and I'm just kind of looking around. I just came out this morning. Mr. Rooster is getting it, and it thunderstormed for most of last night, and it's gonna thunderstorm this afternoon. So I'm gonna try to make quick work of what I plan to do, and I'll tell you that in a few moments. But first, now we need to do a little bit of a walk around the garden and see how things are doing. So y'all wanna walk with me? All right, come on. Let's see what the observations are today. Y'all look at Mr. Cosmos. He looks like somebody stepped on him, but I don't think so. I think the rain beat him down. Get up, Mr. Cosmos. Y'all, this hydrangea finally spit out a flower. Yay! Y'all, these guys are gonna be opening up soon. They got some long stalks. Y'all, they're growing sunflowers like crazy. I'm so happy about that. And Mr. Lantana's not looking too shabby. And it's getting ready to bloom again. Y'all, it's a trip. These are my knockout roses, and like all the blooms are gone. And this one doesn't have any more blooming, but I know it will bloom again, so I'm okay with that. I love these knockout roses. Y'all need to get some. Nothing yet. Y'all, look at my plant babies. They love the rain. Y'all, these are mustard greens, because I way overplanted the mustard greens and I don't have any place to put them. I could probably eat some of these little mustard greens, even though they're still in solo cups. And I'm gonna try to plant some of these tomatoes in the next few days. Look at these overgrown plants. Y'all, this thing keeps coming back. This pea plant. It's not really producing that much. I don't need the space just yet, so I'm just leaving it. My mint is doing very well. Look at it standing at attention. It's getting it. Okay, I might need to harvest some of these because they're super long now. And these are looking really good. Good morning, lily pad. Y'all, look at the comfrey. It was like when I took those dead leaves off, more new leaves grew, of course. I still have some leaves that are damaged. I'll probably end up going ahead and taking those off, but look how big that is just from the rain. These are kind of doing the same thing. I'm gonna take the dead leaves off and just let the new leaves grow on. It's like taking up all the space in this bed. And this is the stevia. I need to cut that down again. Y'all, I'm waiting for some more asparagus beans to drop down. Where y'all at? This is my very tall Jelly Belly cherry tomato. Let's see where it's at. Okay, here's the top of the trellis here. And there it is right there. So it's about almost 6 feet tall now. And this rose right here, this miniature rose, has really busted out. I feel like I should just go ahead and take him off and eat him before anything happens, because there's more coming on. Y'all, the Liz and the Bean patch, everything looks good. Nothing looks infested over here with the spider mites. Y'all, this is my pea plant. It went a little wonky yesterday, all of a sudden. So I'm gonna have to do some pinning today. That's on the list of to-dos. Okay, y'all, this is the loofah. And look where the loofah's at. So I'm gonna have to keep pulling back on the shade cloth, so I don't know how the greens are gonna do underneath. I would grow loofah just for the flowers. Y'all wait till the flowers come on these bad boys. They are amazing. And the fuzzy bumblebees, absolutely love the loofah flowers. So even if it didn't give me any gourds, I would still grow it just for the flowers because it brings in the pollinators like crazy. Even though it rained, the aphids are starting to have a party on my okras. That's why I look at it every day. But that's okay. Party on, people, party on. I'm gonna have to do a harvest today. These greens are too big in here. It's time for them to come out and get eaten. Get this one. This is what the carrot patch is looking like. The rain beat it down, even though it still has a shade cloth on it. See that little fungus? We gotta get that off of there. Everything's looking good, so I'm gonna get to work. I have some bags of stuff in my car. I'm gonna kind of work out of my trunk, kind of, but not, so I don't have to move too much dirt because I'm gonna be working in my front yard this morning. So this is the area where I'm gonna be working at, and it's just like a little patch of dirt that I tried to amend and grow flowers in, and was very unsuccessful because there's a ton of roots in here from the trees. I just can't get anything to grow in the ground here. So I am gonna cover this up with some landscape cloth and take it from there. And I'll show you my progress on this. I'm sure this is a weed, but I'm gonna Google this and see what it is before it gets cut down by the lawn guy. No flowers yet, but it looks like something important. I wanted to show y'all, this is one of the bags of the earthworm castings that I got, y'all. Look how that bag, it hasn't been open, and it is, all my bags are like blowing up like this. I guess because of the poop inside. So I'm thinking I might need to stick a hole in the bag so they won't blow up. Because they're actually in a place where it's probably going to get pretty hot for the summer. But I need to refill my amendments containers. So I'm going to open this up and just use it straight from the bag. First of all, let me show y'all something because I got to get rid of this real quick. Now look at that big old slug. I'm going to give him to the birds in the street. There he is. I'm not going to turn him over because he's going to slither away. He might get turned over when I put him in the street, but bye-bye, slug. Bye-bye. And he's still turned over. So we're going to see if the birds come and get him. The lawn people are out. I just seen them coming to the neighborhood, so it's getting ready to get noisy. So I tried to work a little smarter today. As you saw, I still had bags of, I'm tired. I had soil, mulch, and mushroom compost. Instead of taking all that stuff and taking it to the back and then bringing it all back up front, because some of it I was going to use up here, I just took it right out the car and used it. So I'm glad I did that. That's working smarter for me. Let me show you my progress. Oh, first of all, I didn't show y'all, but there was a snake. So it was a baby snake. So, you know, if there's a baby snake, there's a mama snake around here somewhere. But he disappeared because I was going to kill it. But I'm kind of glad he got away because I don't think he was a bad snake. He was a black snake, I think, or very dark brown. So I think I would have been okay. He wouldn't have got me. And then I had the slug. Okay, let me show you. So this is our progress. Looks a lot better. But what I did with the aloe veras is I pulled a lot of the babies out if I could. Some of the babies are so big in these pots that I could not pull them out. So I'm gonna have to dedicate a day to just working on the aloe veras because they need bigger pots, and then I have like a whole bunch. Look, I wanna try to save these guys because they're in really good condition. Y'all, once you have one aloe vera, you have 1 million of them. I filled up my crate and I put the soil in first. I put potting soil in, and then I put like my amendments in. I put earthworm castings, I put the vegetable fertilizer in, and also some bone meal. And I put a lot in because this is a big container. And this is where my sweet potatoes are gonna go. So I'm not gonna put the sweet potatoes in right now because I actually have something else to do, but I have some other spots that I want to get ready as well. And I ran out of, well, actually I didn't run out. I have another bag of mulch I can put down here just to make things look pretty, but I will do that later. And yes, y'all saw I put the paper down too. It's like landscaping paper. And that's how far we got on this piece of the project. Oh, and I know y'all probably wondering what's going on with this. So this is a cooler that is busted. Technically the cooler still works, and I was gonna use it to store my tools in, but water can get in here. So this was full of water. Y'all, sorry for the sniffling. My nose is running like crazy. So what I'm gonna do is plant my pumpkin in here. I'm gonna plant my pumpkins in here, but I have to put some holes in here first. So that's what I think I'm gonna do next. So I can get the dirt in here that's still in my car. I'm gonna put it in here and amend this because the pumpkins are almost ready to go in. So yeah, I've done a lot this morning. I've been out for a few hours. I picked a ton of beans in here, and I think I see some more that maybe I can pick. Let's see. No, I'll leave those. The last thing that I want to do is I'm gonna move this shade cloth because Mr. Loofahs are coming over and they need some room. They're growing super fast. I want to harvest some greens. So y'all look at all these beautiful greens in here. So I'm gonna pick some off of every plant in here because they're outgrowing their pot. I need to move this. This is it's a ground cherry and it doesn't need to be in here, but I don't know why I put it in here to begin with, but I don't have time to move it today, so it has to stay. And it's growing kind of leggy because it's in here, so I'm gonna have to move that. All right, y'all, so this is what we left behind, a whole bunch of nubbies. So I'm gonna cover everything up and put this back. That's my pile of greens. Again, I feel like a garden dummy with the way that I'm doing some things. And with the dirt in my car, like, of course, I already talked about it. I took some of the dirt out before I tried to move the bag, so that was very helpful. And then another thing I felt like a garden dummy about, but actually I feel like it's a revolutionary idea, was how I did the shade cloth. So let me show you. So this is the Eaton trellis, and over here are my loofah plants. And I had the shade cloth on top of the trellis, but I don't want the loofahs to grow on top of the shade because eventually I'll probably end up taking it off. And if I left it up there and the loofahs grew on top of it, they wouldn't have any place to drop their loofahs, and also it would just be a tangled mess. And they're probably still gonna be a little bit of a tangled mess, but not as much. So what I did was, I hope you can see, is I took the shade cloth and I put it on the inside of the trellis. And I just used some clothespins to kind of hang them up. It ain't pretty, but for now it's gonna do the job because I'm out of garden time. Purslane is trying to make some flowers, but it just can't quite push them out just yet. So it gets about this far and then it closes back up. So we'll see what happens. It's gonna rain this afternoon, so I'm not expecting much. I would harvest some of this basil today if I had time, but I don't. And it is trying to bolt. So we're just gonna Pick those flowers right off the top. You're not gonna bolt on me. Bad, bad basil. Well, good basil. Y'all, this smells so good. I don't mind doing this. This is a job I don't mind doing. Y'all, there's a little smidge of something on this pepper. So I think I might take it off. I'm gonna think about it. If it gets bigger, I'm gonna take it off and eat it. If you're new to gardening, just understand that if you buy a red, yellow, orange pepper, that you're gonna have green peppers. If you buy a green pepper, if you leave it on there long enough, it's gonna change colors. So I would never buy green peppers if I bought the starts, which I did this year. But I bought the colored ones because I know if I want green ones, I'll just pick them early. That's your garden tip for today. I have a few rain gauges out here that I put out here for fun. So here, this is the rain from last night. And it was about 1.5 inches in this spot. This is at the tomato trellis. And here are the pea plants. This spot got 2 inches, y'all. Another spot that's kind of hard to get to, and this is towards the back of the garden by the carrots. Y'all, look at this. I think maybe I just didn't empty this because this is like 3.5 inches. This is my droopy loofah plant over here. I just kind of check on it every few days and see how it's looking, and it's kind of hot right now. It's not being shaded in any way. And it's kind of, I'm gonna call it droopy. That's droopy from now on. And also, I always check up under my okra plants to see if the aphids are coming on. And they are on some of these, but y'all, see, look at that. Have y'all ever just been like, I don't feel like taking out the hose so y'all can have y'all fun for today? Because that's kind of where we're at today. I'm like, y'all have y'all a little fun. I'll get y'all later. You let that go too long, they don't really have a party. It'll be more than a party. It will be more like a rave. We don't want it to be a rave, so I may come back out a little bit later and take care of that. Now, something is eating my strike beans. I don't think I sprayed this plant, but I'm gonna have to. Y'all, I'm so overdone with spraying right now. That's a little bit of sun damage. I did have this covered up, but obviously something is eating holes in it. And these are my strike beans, and I'm still waiting for some more of them to pop up. I did replant some. So, good luck, strike bean. You're not doing too good right now. I do think I have enough beans to survive off of. So if those don't come up, or I can't save some of my spider-mited beans, I think I would still survive. Now, I've harvested bags of beans so far. I'm pretty proud of myself on my current harvest. Y'all, I'm gonna stand back a little bit so y'all can see, because I don't want to brag, but I'm bragging. Okay, this is my Jelly Belly tomato inside of the tomato cage. And this is a Z-top. Y'all, look at that. And it is producing tomatoes. You can see the blossoms. Y'all see the blossoms? You see the blossoms there. That's amazing to me. Yes, that tomato plant is tall. It has lots of blossoms, but a lot of the blossoms are not making it. And I think they're just getting burned off by the sun, even though they're up under the tomato trellis. So that's quite unfortunate. But there are some tomatoes coming on. It's producing. Now my morning glories are going a little bit wild. They haven't really made any blossoms in a few days. I guess because of the weather. But look, I'm gonna have to try to get them going back up. I guess, I need 2 hands for that. Y'all, this is my morning glory that's growing on the other side. I think this is a morning glory. It could be a vining black-eyed Susan because these reseeded by themselves. Look, deep down in there, you'll see I have some vining plants in there. Don't know which one it is. We'll see when it starts making some flowers. And here's the side where they're at. And I think they need to be sprayed as well. Yeah, I didn't plant any of those. They reseeded from last year. Get it, Mint. And look at my chives. We got nothing. Now this is my fountain. Y'all see this black spot right there? Y'all, that's the beetle that I sprayed. He fell into my fountain. Now I gotta find a way to get him out. I need to clean my fountains anyway, but that's low priority. Now look at Deuce, and Wiser. Bud is here, but he's like way up under the foliage over here. Hey, Bud. I might have to move Bud. He's probably missing his folks on the lily pad. These are my sweet potatoes, and I know it's hard to see because it's a little dark in here and the way the sun is coming in, but a lot of them don't have a lot of leaves, but they have a lot of roots, so I am going to plant these. You can see we have lots of roots, not a lot of leaves, but I don't think I need those. And it's kind of cloudy, hot but cloudy today, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna plant these. So this is the new sweet potato patch, and y'all, this is my first time planting sweet potatoes, but I thought I would give it a try. I thought this crate would be perfect for the sweet potatoes, and I planted a lot of plants in here. All that I had that had roots. So let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to 10 plants in here. So that should be a good sweet potato yield if everything goes okay. So I'm gonna water these in, and then it will be ready to go.